Guess who? That's right, it's Dan, and we're doing bits again. But not on this one. I just like looking at it. We're back on this beast again. And yeah, we're doing a bit of an update because I ordered some new parts. Because if you haven't, well, yeah, if you saw my last video, you'd know that my Speedo's not working. And I'm pretty sure it's the cable that's knackered. So I ordered some new bits, and I thought I'd show you what I got, and then sort of decide what I'm going to do from there, really. I've turned it around, as you can see, just to make things a bit better for the light. There's roadworks and everything going on today, so I apologise for all the noise, as usual. But let me show you what I got. Boom! So I've been an idiot. Pretty sure that's the wrong cable. Right here, this side's right, with the little square drive. But on the other end, it's got another square drive. And that's not the thing I need. This is actually for a Peugeot V-Click. There was two on the website for 125 GY6s. This was one of them that was for a Peugeot V-Click, which is a 50, so I don't quite understand that. And the other one did look like, because it had the right kind of slot section, so it did look like the right one, but it's out of stock, and you know, with all the madness going on, we don't really know when we're going to get any more. So I went with this for now, and I'm going to take this one apart and see if I can maybe butcher this whole section here and possibly take that off, pop it on the other cable, and do the swap that way. But I've got no idea if that's going to work, so I reckon that's going to be the first job we'll try. So I'm going to pull that off, and yeah, I'll bring you back then. But anyway, back to all the other stuff that I've bought. I've got, let's start with this brightly coloured lovely stuff. This I got because it was really cheap, and it was 5 meters of it. It's just some fuel line from Pepe Parts. Loving that. And yeah, it's just your standard Benzin Zhang 5x8 Gil 5 meter. It's real cheap, and it feels really cheap. Look at that. I'm squeezing this. I like kind of pretty hard silicone, but this is borderline plastic. It's still quite pliable though, but I'm a little bit worried that, you know, after a couple weeks of use, that could turn into very stiff fuel line. But I might use it as like airlines, I don't know yet. I mean, it is pretty chunky stuff, but I think I got 6 mil? No, yeah, 5 mil. So we'll see what happens. Next up, I bought this. Oh yeah, by the way, all these parts come from pedparts.co.uk. I'll put a link in the description, if I remember. But I'm sure everyone that's watching this channel already knows about that website, because they are legends. I also got this. Some, you know, gasket maker for the high temp stuff for exhausts and things. Because Vauxhall Vectra was having it, because this, I'll show you around here. Oh, I won't show you, but in there my baffle has become loose. You might be able to hear it. You could definitely hear that. That's not a fun sound all the bloody time. Every red light, every time I accelerate, every time I'm decelerating. It gets on my nerves. Thanks, China, for your quality metal. But basically, yeah, it's a really cheap baffle, so I'm not really surprised. But what I'm going to do is pull that out, smack a bit of the gasket sealer around the edge of the baffle, like the... Oh, you really can't see, but when I pull it out, I'll show you. It's going to go around there, and hopefully just hold it in place enough for it not to, you know, make that horrible sound, or just kind of buffer it a little. Like, I'm happy with it moving around a bit, but as long as it kind of, yeah, doesn't rattle and sound horrible. So that's that. That's going to be probably the next video. And I've also bought these, which will probably be the video after. I've got 2 sets of rollers. I can't even remember what I've bought, but luckily both my scooters use the same engine, so I can just kind of use whatever parts on each bike. I've got a set of Molossi, of course. I think these are the 12s. I'm looking, someone out there is probably screaming at me right now, like, it's right there. There you go, 12 grams. So yeah, these are the 12s. And I just decided to get a nice cheap set of 101 octane, because they're a good company and I like their stuff. But at the same time, they're very cheap. And I got 11 grams for them, and I was just going to do a bit of a comparison and see how the expensive stuff sort of measures up to the cheaper guys. So that will come in another video as well. And I'm also going to test the performance of them as well, of course. I'm going to put in... I was thinking about putting one lot in one bike and one in another, but that's not really fair. So what I'll probably do is put in the cheapy boys first. Yeah, I'll take you for a ride. I'm going to do it on this guy. So I'll take you for a ride as is, with a nice standard cheap Amazon stuff. Whip up and down the road in that. Then we'll pop them in, because that'll be the biggest difference, because I've got 14s in at the minute. So, you know, it kind of sits there forever, and the acceleration up, you know, to top speed takes a very long time, but top speed seems to be very nice. Like, I haven't even maxed it out yet, and I've hit, what, 65 on it? Yeah, I think I've hit 65, and it can still give me more. I've just run out of road because of the weight of the rollers. So I'm thinking, whack these bad boys in, and it'll go like something that goes real good. Yeah. So yeah, that's the stuff I've ordered. This I was an idiot on, but I like a challenge, so we're going to give that one a go today. And I've got lots of new toys to play with, so I'm going to be doing ride-alongs with these. I'm going to get my phone out and do the whole, we'll be able to see, you know, 0 to 60 times, or 0 to 30 maybe. 0 to 60 is a bit generous. And yeah, all kinds of stuff as well, like maximum speed hit and things like that. And I'll just go the same routes. I've got a nice A road literally 2 seconds away, so I can just jump on there, see what it does, bring it back. But that's enough of that. Onto this. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to see what's underneath and see if we can do a bit of a switcheroo. So bear with me 1 second. It's real easy. I'm just going to undo this screw, which will release this thing, technical term. I can then pull that out of there and see if I can pull everything off the end of it to stick on the end of this one. Wish me luck. Okay, so here's where we're at. This came out. I was mucking about down here with the little connectory bit, which is this. So that bit slots into there, onto a little, like, basically looks like a flathead screwdriver. And yeah, it just turns the cable. But anyway, that just crumbled off as I was kind of manoeuvring the end of this around, because I'd give it a bit of a twist, like the drive that sat in there with the cable. I gave it a bit of a spin round with a screwdriver in there, and I was thinking, oh, it feels a lot looser today. I might be in luck. It might just start working, because I did spray some DP60 down there in my last video. If you haven't seen it, go have a look, by the way. You'll then know how we got to this stage. But yeah, I thought it had loosened up, turned out it hadn't at all. It had just loosened up the part that had snapped. So yeah, that is the important bit. That's the bit I need to be slotting onto there and spinning around, you see. Just like that. So I've somehow got to figure out if I can reuse this, or maybe I'll be able to purchase one from somewhere. I don't know, I'm not professional, but yeah, I'm kind of thinking I might try it. Is that going to focus that close? No, it's just mucking about with the brightness. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm hoping I might be able to maybe pull that out with a couple of pairs of pliers and a bit of heat, but I have very low hopes for that, if I'm honest. But we'll see what happens. And then once I realised that was snapped, I just pulled the cable out of the top end and it all just slid right out of its housing. And you can easily tell because it's like a nice fair condition cable until you get to the end where the nastiness has been sat and water's got in there, because all of this bit is just rusted to a nice smooth, yeah, one of them. But that one's certainly not doing its job. So that's come out. Luckily these look the same length, so there's still hope for this. I just got to figure out how to get that on the end of it somehow, and then I might be able to jerry rig this lot together to make it work. Otherwise I'll be back to the drawing board to try and figure out what to do there. So yeah, I'll come right back and I'll let you know how it went on with just getting these spindly things out. If I do get them out, we'll be looking at making the Speedo work again, but if not, that's gonna be it. So let's find out what happens. Yeah, so that didn't work. Didn't have high hopes. But what I am going to do is, there you go, finally focused so you can see what I'm dealing with. I tried heating this up a little bit just to loosen it off. Tried some pliers, tried some like screws, nails, things to pick in there. And just try and loosen it off, but it's not having none of it. I'm guessing it's all kind of welded in there pretty good or something. So my plan now is to probably either find a replacement one of these, which I'm quite sure I'll be able to get from somewhere, or try and find a proper Speedo cable for this bike. So if anyone watching this, come on, focus. We're over here now. Yeah, we are. Yeah, if anyone knows where I could find one of them, I'm looking for... It's got to have that down at the drive end, and it's got to have one of these that it sits in, and then it just pushes straight into there. So I don't think it needs any like screw down bit like this one has, where it's got the screws on both ends. I need that up the one end, the standard kind of setup. This one, I need one of them, but I can't find one to save my life. So, well, more importantly, to save my bike. So yeah, I'm going to try and find that. And then I'm going to do something a little more successful, just to boost morale, you know, boost morale. So, yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this one. I mean, you know, not the best day, but you get them. You get your ups and downs. It's all part of the fun. So, yeah, if you did like it, press the appropriate button. If you didn't like it, press that appropriate button. Then tell me why. I'm not a snowflake, I can take it. Go on. If it's boring and crap and you want to see something different, let me know. It's what I do. But until then, subscribe, keep up to date, share it with your pals, let them know that there's some Muppet fixing up mopeds and it's a bit funny to watch him fail and stuff. And have a cracking day. But besides that, I'll catch you in the next one. Keep doing bits!